it's Erin. Today we're going to be doing something that's a little bit different. This is a 30-minute total body workout using just one set of dumbbells. The reason I love this workout so much, well, there are several reasons. It can help you break through plateaus. So if you're used to doing the usual bro split, like I know I am, then training total body is going to get you out of your comfort zone, help you train specific areas of muscles and train muscles together in ways that maybe you haven't done in a while. The other reason why it's so great is for time saving. So if you're in a time crunch and you only have 30 minutes and you really need to make it count, then the combination of these exercises is going to be so helpful. If you travel a lot and you only have like the hotel gym, which is not really a gym, it's more like a closet with some dumbbells and a treadmill, you can still get a good workout there too. Some things to focus on when you're doing total body training. You see a lot of people and they're combining the movements. For example, the squat to a shoulder press is going to look more like a thruster. With this, we're separating upper body and lower body exercises. So you're really going to focus on your legs when you're squatting, and then you'll pause for a second and focus on your shoulders. And what this is going to do is it's going to really give you that great workout for your muscles in addition to getting that heart rate up and getting you that cardio. So without further ado, let's get into these workouts. So I've got my 20-pound dumbbells here and I'm going to do some single arm snatch. And the reason I love this exercise so much is that it fires up the central nervous system, burns a ton of calories because it's a total body exercise, and really gets your posterior chain fired up too. So with this, you want the dumbbell hanging kind of straight down and you want the weight of your body to be on the balls of your feet. And then you're going to push your hips forward and up. And so you're driving the dumbbell upward with your lower body and you're just guiding it with your arm. And I like to start with my weaker side first, so I start with the left side first. And I'm doing 5 reps on each side. And notice that the dumbbell is following a single plane. So that's the other thing, is you don't want to push the dumbbell out. The goal is to push the dumbbell straight up and to catch it straight over your head. It makes it a lot easier because you're only working against gravity here. You're not trying to pull the dumbbell back in an arc. So it's a great warm up. 5 reps on each side. We're going to do 3 sets here and take about 45 seconds in between each set. All right, our first compound exercise is going to be a squat to a shoulder press. And I'm separating the two movements, really focusing on pushing the weight through the heels in the squat, pushing up with the glutes, and then I'm going to engage the delts, keeping the elbows underneath the dumbbell. Everything is going to be nice and smooth here, and everything should be clean. So if you feel like you're getting tired and your form is really starting to suffer, then take a break, lighten up on the weights. But the goal here is to make sure you're pushing evenly with both legs and then you're pushing evenly with both arms. And one of the benefits to keeping the dumbbells up in that motion is that you're going to keep constant tension on the delts. So although it's only 20 pounds, if you think you're holding it in kind of an isometric pause while you're performing the squat, you're actually getting a much better shoulder workout. The next exercise is a fun one, and we like to put this one towards the beginning because it does require some balance. So here I'm doing a single leg RDL to a dumbbell row. And this is really tricky. So you're gonna do 10 reps on each side and 3 sets. So every exercise you see here is going to be 3 sets. And this is going to work your hamstrings, your glutes, and your back. And my left side is my weaker side. So I have a little bit of difficulty balancing here, which I look at as awesome. This is gonna show you a little bit more of where you might need some work with balance. So I need to work on my ankle stability and work on balance on that left side. So with that row, make sure you're pulling through the elbows and you're pulling your upper arm near your rib cage. And that's going to keep the emphasis on the back rather than on the shoulders. You're going to switch legs and go right into the same exercise on the other leg. Now this should be a little bit easier if it's your stronger leg. And also with the RDL, try to make sure that your hips are parallel to the ground. So that's going to help really emphasize that hamstring. And there's a tendency when you start getting tired, you can see I'm starting to get a little bit tired and that left hip is rising up a little bit. Try to prevent that. Try to keep your hips level to the ground, and that will ensure that you're getting an even workout on both sides. This is also going to work your core. So it's one of those sneaky exercises that you don't really think of training abs, but it definitely requires a ton of stability through the core, which also equates to a greater calorie burn. All right, we're going into our next compound exercise, and this is going to be a sumo deadlift followed by an upright row. And so this is similar to the very first or the second exercise, where we are doing one movement but we're separating it. So you see you're going to do a full pull with your sumo deadlift, and then once you get to about straight with your legs, you're going to just go into your upright row. I'm keeping the dumbbells nice and close. This not only helps with the deadlift, but also helps really emphasize medial delt and a little bit of rear delt. So really focus on knees following the direction of the toes. So see how the toes are out? You want your knees out also. Keeping that upper body nice and tall. And I try to keep constant tension on the glutes and the hamstrings. So I'll push my hips forward just a little bit at the top. And then with that upright row, I'm almost thinking about pulling in an arc. So as I pull up, I'm pulling back a little bit more. And what this is going to do is it's going to help emphasize the rear delts. So you're getting a little bit more out of this one movement by just tweaking it a little bit and pulling the dumbbells apart and back on the way up. And so this is 3 sets, and you're going to do 10 reps. Next exercise we're going to do is a reverse lunge with a curl. So same idea, perform that reverse lunge and then go into the curl. So you're focusing on driving that leg back, doing your curl. Now with this lunge, on the way up, I want you to think about pulling yourself forward with your front leg rather than pushing yourself forward with that rear leg. And what this is going to do is it's going to put the emphasis more on the quads. So we've trained our hamstrings and our glutes the last few exercises. It's time for the quads. And make sure you keep your elbows back, keep your upper arm stationary when you're performing these curls. This is really important because you don't want the front of the shoulders to take over. So really focus on keeping your knees behind your toes with each lunge and pull yourself up with that front leg. This is 3 sets of 10 reps. And you're going to start to really feel it. And I like to hold the dumbbells slightly in front of me when my arms are extended. And this is going to help keep that constant tension on the biceps. And it might not seem like a lot of reps, but it is really tough, you know, especially if you're not used to training your total body. And with this, I kind of push my weight through the toes on the way up. And that's going to also help really engage those quads. And so you're going to focus on keeping your chest up and bringing those dumbbells forward as you curl. Grabbing the dumbbells, this is our last exercise. We're going to be working triceps, chest, and abs. So hold on to the dumbbells with a close grip, and then you're going to drive your knee forward to your opposite elbow. And this is awesome. This is a really great movement for training abs, and you're going to keep your core tight throughout. So this is another one of those deceptively tough exercises. So think about when you're performing that push-up, keeping your elbows in nice and close to your body. This is going to help really hit those triceps too, of course, in addition to hitting the chest. And really focus on keeping your core tight, keeping your hips nice and high. So you want your hips to align with your upper body. Don't let your hips drop. That could cause a lot of stress on your lower back and also makes your core not engage. And then also when you're crossing, make sure that the right side and the left side are even. So make sure you're driving your knee just as high and just as far from right to left. If you have a couple of dumbbells and a little bit of time, you can get fit anywhere.